you guys for tuning in to our series that summarized the book, The Four Seasons of Marriage by Gary Chapman. If you missed our prior videos, you can go back and check them out on our Instagram page at My Side of the Bed _ on our Facebook page, My Side of the Bed, and also our YouTube channel, Chris and Leisha Hayes. So, before this is our last video, and before I get into the last video, I really want to encourage you guys to go purchase this book, download it, whatever your preference is on books these days, but read it with your spouse. It has so many details that I didn't even get into on these videos because I didn't want to spoil the book for you, but I encourage you to read it with your spouse. It will definitely help. But today, the last video, I am going to go through the 7 strategies that the book points out to extend your good season and how to avoid or get out of the bad season. So, first strategy is to deal with your past failures. Your past failures alone will not destroy a marriage. It's the way that you go about them. So your unconfessed and unforgiven past failures is what can destroy your marriage. So there are 3 things the book points out that you can do to help deal with those past failures. The first one is to identify those failures. The second one is to confess those failures. And the third one is to forgive. You got to forgive and move on. The second strategy is to choose your winning attitude. The most common mistake that couples make is allowing that bad behavior and the bad emotions dictate their actions. So your attitudes will often be the difference between your seasons, the winter, spring, summer, fall. So choose that positive attitude. Strategy 3 is to learn to speak your spouse's love language. And that's another book that Gary Chapman wrote, is the five love languages or something like that. We're going to read that next. But your love language basically is, how do you receive love? How do you give love? And we have to be in tune with each other. How do I feel loved? And when my spouse knows how I feel loved, that is him understanding my love language. So this book is this strategy, learning that to speak your spouse's love language will get that emotional, in-depth love for each other. Strategy 4 is to develop the awesome power of empathetic language. This means that you have to listen empathetically. You have to learn how to listen empathetically. And once you do, you will start to learn your spouse's thoughts and desires and their feelings. This strategy in the book has a lot of details, and it goes through a lot of steps into helping you understand how to listen empathetically. And then strategy 5 is to discover the joy of helping your spouse succeed. We think that we're doing that. We think that we have those, that we're doing everything that we can to help our spouse succeed. But there are 3 questions that we need to ask our spouse. What can I do to help you? And when we ask them and they tell us, we have to do it. If we want them to succeed, we have to do it. The second one is, how can I make your life easier? And the third one is, how can I be a better spouse? How can I be a better spouse? So when they answer those questions honestly and you reciprocate honestly, you are helping your spouse succeed. Okay? The 6th strategy is to maximize your differences. We are all different for a reason. What we have to do is learn how to turn our differences into assets. Once we do that, we will both be on a win-win situation. Once you learn how to make those differences, turn those differences into actions, or into assets, my goodness, we can win. Both of us can win. So, last strategy number 7 is to implement the power of a positive attitude. When you are in those bad seasons, your fall and your winter, you may have to have a positive attitude by yourself or alone. And that's okay at first, because you may be the one that's going to fight for your marriage and fight for that relationship to get back on track. And you can be that positive influence to your spouse. Once they see that you're doing all that you can in a positive light, hopefully they'll get on board as well. So I have truly enjoyed reading this book. I have truly enjoyed sharing our thoughts with you guys. I strongly encourage you to read it, because like I said, there are so many details of this book that we did not even touch on, but just wanted to highlight some of the good things of the book. So I'm going to leave you with one book quote here. Emotions moderated by reason, guided by truth, equals constructive action. And what that means is keep your emotions and your attitudes positive, and you will get positive actions. And your spouse will have positive actions as well. So until next time, I will talk to you guys later. Don't forget to follow our pages and like our comments. Or, I'm sorry, not like our comments, but like our pages and comment on our pages. Let us know what you think. What do you think about this book? What did you think about our video series? And anything that you can talk about from your perspective of your experience in any of these seasons that you and your spouse has gone through, let us know, because we are learning from each other. Talk to you guys later. Bye.